So I was perusing one of my favorite groups on Facebook today, and I noticed that the Battlefield 5 gameplay trailer had just dropped. And the response was, well, less than flattering. So I decided to do a very rushed historical analysis on the trailer. Those are some strange war trophies. I know soldiers would take pretty much anything and everything from the enemy as a war trophy, but a horse's head off a statue, a teddy bear, and probably some wine. The wine makes sense, wine or champagne or whatever that is. The other two are just odd. That looks like a Churchill tank. I know a lot was made for Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty World War II about there being women in frontline combat. Even though it's not too historically accurate, I don't have that much of a gripe with it, especially when it's normally chalked up to being a resistance fighter. And this lady looks like she's dressed like a pirate, so she could very well be a resistance fighter. Well, she's dead. I'm also glad to see people with disabilities are being represented on the front lines, because that happened. The guy with the Thompson looks like an American paratrooper, and it looks like he just shot an SS soldier that's in spring camo. This guy might also supposed to be an American paratrooper, given from his gear, but I'm starting to get the impression that they didn't try too hard on the realism of the uniforms. Oh, sorry. This guy with the Bren gun and the Japanese samurai sword? Okay. Looks to be like a British paratrooper. Here we see two British tanks. The leading one is a regular Churchill tank, and the one behind it is a Churchill gun carrier with its gun mounted in the superstructure like a tank destroyer, although these never saw combat. Okay.
Hello, old friend. Yeah.
How is she still alive?
On your feet! Here we go!
There's a German kitten rad there. In the background here, there are a couple Valentine tanks along with a German flak gun. Now they're driving alongside a Tiger tank, and I honestly have no idea whose side these people are supposed to be on. Flying truck. Here you see a German Bf-109 crash under what looks like the bridge from Nijmegen. This trailer is really into having vehicles fall from high places. The muzzle brake on that MG42 is wrong. Now you see a bunch of British people with British weapons, most notably the Piat anti-tank weapon, sitting next to a Pak-40, firing it. Either there's some story behind how they captured it, or the multiplayer mode is just going to be a free-for-all as far as sides go. And given that the trailer now looks like it's just a multiplayer match, I'm guessing that's what it's going to be.
There's some ammo!
Now we're charging with the Germans, and I'm starting to give up on this.
Watching grenade! I got your back!
Lucky shot. Now it looks like we're fighting alongside Japanese troops, given the weapons and uniforms.
That's the rockets!
And of course, it wouldn't be a World War II game without referencing the German rockets. This is a V1 falling from the sky, and V1s and V2s, at least to my knowledge, were never used in battle scenarios. They were pretty much all used for strategic bombing. I don't know for a fact if that delayed explosion doesn't make any sense, but it feels like it doesn't make any sense. But I could be wrong. Also, it looks like our player character is supposed to be an American paratrooper as well, given the boots and the uniform. I have no idea what country this man is supposed to be from. He's got a gray jacket, so German, but there's no insignia. And the woman who cannot die comes back and clubs him to death.
Hello,
What's with the Boudica makeup?
old friend.
Now, I could be very wrong, And this trailer could just be showing off the multiplayer features, showing how you can use any weapon with any side, and it's kind of chaotic and crazy, and all that's really cool. But I'm kind of surprised with this, because Battlefield 1's trailer was pretty good, historical accuracy-wise. I mean, as good as you could do with keeping a game about World War I interesting and fast-paced. I mean, they did a pretty good job. This seems like a huge divergence from where Battlefield 1's soul was, kind of trying to pay tribute to World War I while still making a AAA big action-y shooter game. And this seems to just lean more on the big action-y shooter game part, with World War II as a sort of backdrop to throw anything in with. But I could be wrong. I'm not really one to judge movies or games or anything based off their first trailer. You know, they're just trying to show off everything, especially something as big as a whole Battlefield game. I'm sure they've got a lot to show. Hopefully this just reflects the multiplayer, which I believe you can take a lot of creative liberties with, and hopefully the campaigns are a whole lot better and a whole lot more historically accurate. But who knows? I guess only time will tell. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to head on over to my main channel, Potential History. I'll link it below. This is just my second channel, and I rarely upload here, but you could subscribe here if you want as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.